Hello, you're all very welcome again this morning. Just apologies in advance. I have to rush off to a meeting with the college principal. So I'll be just a brief introduction and then I'll hand over to Saoirse. So she's going to talk about SoilSphere, shaping soil science. She's an assistant professor in soil and plant science. And this is a new strategic priority project that the Earth Institute has funded. School of Agriculture, with School of Biology and Environmental Science and School of Biosystems and Food Engineering. So there's a number of schools contributing to this. I'll let Saoirse elaborate on it. I'll just make one other announcement. Miriam McClatchy and Connor Sweeney, I'm not sure if Connor's here, but they are taking up roles as deputy directors for the Earth Institute. So congratulations to both of those. We're delighted to have them on board, coming from, again, School of Archaeology and School of Maths and Statistics. So quite a diversity of schools, even in my little brief introduction this morning. So I will hand over. Just keep the other thing I might say is keep your eye out in the various events. There's lots of events today and throughout the week. So keep your eye out in the various events that are scheduled. It's great to have people turn up in great numbers to them all. So I'll hand over to Saoirse. Thanks very much for rushing across.
Oh, thank you very much. Do I need this? No, good. Hi, everyone, and thank you all for coming. It's a great honour to be here and to launch SoilSphere, which is one of the strategic projects, which I'll give a bit more information about. So SoilSphere, I guess, came about from a few discussions we've had with colleagues over the years. And you might remember in February, we did the love letter for soil science in this very room as one of the coffee mornings. And allow me to just talk about shapes in soil science. So as a soil scientist in the room, this is a textural triangle you would recognize. So a soil scientist would like textural triangles. This would be one way of classifying soil textures. We also could think of things in cubes, soil horizons in terms of cuboid shapes. So for, say, the soil biologists in the room, this might be the kind of the ecosystem, the food webs that we might be more likely to see. So I guess we can think of ourselves as in a soil ecosystem in UCD. We've got soil biologists, soil physicists. This may be moving up to the next scale. Those of us like in geography or environmental science. This is an image I use in one of my lectures to talk about human impact on the environment. And you can see the pedosphere, soil science at the center of it. And all these spheres are interconnecting with the atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. So obviously, I think soil science is very important and at the center of all of this. But one of the, I guess, challenges we face in UCD, or exciting opportunities we have, is soil is inherently multidisciplinary. So even in like the discipline of soil science, we've got people who specialize in physics, biology, chemistry. We've got people working, say, with an agricultural context, environmental science, maybe engineering. My stepdad was an engineer and he loved soil compaction. I hated it as an agricultural scientist. So even then we've got differences there. And then archaeology as well. So we've got lots of soil scientists in UCD, a big critical mass, but maybe they're spread out or maybe they've got different focuses. But I don't need to say this to this group, but we know that soil science is feeding into lots of the big challenges that we need to try and solve over the coming years. So this is kind of where really SoilSphere came in. So the co-leads we have myself, Tancredi, and then Sharon in Biosystems and Food Engineering. And I should say as well, Sharon and myself are on the Soil Science Society of Ireland, along with Paul, who I can see. So we do have a network at a national level that hopefully we can feed into as well with SoilSphere. So to give you a bit of an introduction to what we plan to do with SoilSphere is we've split it into two phases. So phase one, we're going to do various, hopefully, quick wins in terms of things that we think would help researchers in UCD long term. So establish a database of all soil researchers, people interested in soil, maybe working with it as a medium in UCD. So we'll have this kind of little black book or kind of phone directory of if we need to form consortia, we can go together, or it might be say, okay, we can link up that soil physicist with that soil biologist or modeler or whatever, which partly that's why the Earth Institute is so great at connecting different disciplines together. We'll create the SoilSphere website with the support of the Earth Institute. So we'll have kind of an outward facing window for other collaborators in Ireland and beyond in terms of what do we do here? Because maybe it's not as obvious outside to say, okay, where is the critical mass of soil scientists? because we're spread out in different schools. So this could be a huge benefit to us in UCD. One thing we know from, say, conversations we've had with the Soil Science Society is that some of the early career researchers might feel a bit lost or not have a home or a network to really kind of cultivate and thrive in. So we hope to do various events, especially at that level, for kind of mentoring or promotion of soil science careers. And then lastly, create another inventory, but for soils research infrastructure. So maybe this is things like imaging equipment, microscopes, soil physical equipment, even maybe research knowledge that we have, databases that we can, that might be open shareable. So we're not duplicating and have efficiencies there in terms of research. And even things like recently, we've had lots of conversations about the soil microbiome. That could be areas there we could collaborate with other schools as well, because potentially a lot of that equipment could be very similar. So then moving into phase 2, the focus here is going to be events and legacy. So one thing we've talked about with the Soil Science Society, but we'd really like to have it with just like it's just a UCD event, would be to have a soil grant event. So this would be when we'd invite the funders, the main funders in Ireland or beyond, to come in and tell them how are they supporting soil, what grants are available, what's on the horizon, so we can get ready, get prepared. And it might also just be a good way for us to leverage and say, because something that we need to fund more soil science, one thing that isn't clear sometimes is who's responsible for soil at, say, the policy level or the governmental level. So we can maybe almost have a lobby group for soil science, that would be good, but even just as researchers to have a chance to network, maybe aid consortia creation as well, so that if we say a Horizon Europe grant comes up or an SFI call for maybe a new centre, would be ready to go at the UCD level. Then a wrap-up event we have planned is a stakeholders event, soil and art. This is an interest of mine, bringing soil scientists and artists together. So hopefully we can bring an event like this, maybe with lots of cultural initiatives like live music, or recently we went to an event and we heard a lady singing about dung beetles, which was excellent. So things like that I think are really good. Or we had Soil Fest in 2019, which was a gallery where local artists brought in their work in relation to soil. So lots of things there. This is the Three Sisters in Soil, which is a piece of soil artwork. So it's kind of drawn with soil. So it seems to be like a really exciting area, because for me, soil is an inspiration. So for artists as well, it could be a muse. So just 2 quick shout outs is the Soil Science Society of Ireland. You can join online. We definitely want to link up with this national network we have, soil scientists, but really I think for us ourselves in UCD, we can form the network SoilSphere as well. And the Soil Science Society of Ireland and the British Soil Science Society are having a joint event in Belfast in December on World Soil Day, which is the 5th of December and the 4th. So there is lots of things happening, and there's even kind of like obviously cross-border initiatives as well. So lastly, just to say thank you for all of your attention, but a special thanks to the UCD Earth Institute for supporting SoilSphere, and we hope to see you all at the events in the future. Thank you.